We now move back to South Asia, where ousted Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, reportedly ordered the crackdown of student-led protests in Bangladesh last year. As per reports, the Awami League chief was the one to tell police to brutally crack down on protesters. This major revelation has been made by a BBC audio of the former Prime Minister leaked in March, and it indicated that Hasina was the one who called on security forces to use lethal force. In July of 2024, around 1,400 people were killed during the protests and nationwide unrest in Bangladesh. The former Prime Minister had also been accused of crimes against humanity for our orders during the protests. As per the BBC, the leaked audio had been attributed to a conversation between Sheikh Hasina and an unidentified senior government official. During the conversation, the Bangladesh leader is heard asking security forces to use, quote, lethal weapons against protesters, adding that police and security officials should shoot at them wherever they find the demonstrators. The BBC further added that the conversation took place at Hasina's official residence in Dhaka, the Ganaban, on July the 18th. All these details, however, has not been confirmed independently by NewsX World. We're now joined by Pulak Ghatak, who's a senior Bangladeshi journalist located in the Bangladeshi capital. Thank you very much, Pulak, for joining us on the programme. What are your thoughts on this leaked audio? We can't play it for you here. I'm not sure if you have heard it, but it does clearly have Sheikh Hasina's voice, which has been attributed to BBC I, using some language saying to use lethal force against these protesters. So Hasina obviously faces crimes against humanity charges. What are your thoughts on this situation? Does this confirm anything for you?
Thank you. The leaked video footage is nothing new. I think it's not so important because curfew was imposed on that night, and a shoot at sight order is a part of curfew. So it's nothing new, but a propaganda. And the discussion should be held whether it was important to impose curfew or not. Certainly, it was a necessity at that time, in my view. There was no other alternative but to impose curfew, but it was also important that the government forces maintain ultimate restraint so that unnecessary deaths do not occur. It is still a matter of investigation whether the government forces used brute forces or not, because many police were killed. This government who have occupied the power at that time is accepting that, is admitting that at least 41 policemen were killed. But the victims are claiming that there are hundreds of police officers missing and they were killed. Whatever it might be, when police were being killed, they had to use arms, I think. And the demonstrators were attacking on government buildings, prison cells. Hundreds of militants, Islamist militants were released from jails after attacking the jails in various places. People are being killed, and I can say one instance in Rangpur city where Haradhan Rai, a councillor of city corporation, was beaten to death in broad daylight by the demonstrators, and his dead body was dragged on the street and then hung upright down, and it was live casted. This was the situation. So usage of force was essential at that time, but it is unfortunate that some people have died also.
Yes, Pulak, I was wondering if you could take us back to the Hasina's final time in power and just kind of give us a bit of an insight into the feeling in the country at the time, the actions, the things that happened, the supposed atrocities that happened in these protests. For those who don't know, could you do the due diligence of educating them a little bit on the feeling in Bangladesh at the time, nearing Sheikh Hasina's end in power?
You are asking about the present situation or at that time?
At that time.
At that time. There was disgruntled people coming to the street, no doubt about it. People are disgruntled, people are very much agitated at that time. So the failure of Sheikh Hasina government is she could not solve the problem politically. She had to use power, she had to use force. But it is true that the movement was not peaceful. The movement was violent. It was very much violent, and it was, as admitted by the present interim government chief, Dr. Muhammad Yunus, it was a pre-planned, meticulously designed movement to create a volatile situation. People were taking up arms. They were attacking on police stations. Hundreds of police were killed. In many places, people are being attacked, beaten to death. It was a very horrific situation, and government forces also had to come down heavily in various places. There was no alternative, I think, but it is unfortunate.
Pulak Gatak, thank you very, very much for joining us on the program. Thank you for your insight on the subject. We now